Hi, this is Dr. Mike Yuan. Welcome to my November 18th, 2021 Advanced Yang Tai Chi Corrections Update. The topic today, 6 Criteria for Self-Mastery Revisited. Hey, before we begin, please hit the subscription button to make sure that you have access to all future materials. To more clearly help us define our power as a collective group in helping elevate the general standard of Yang Taiji in the world, I will share with you today the 6 criteria for self-mastery. In the past, the traditional seeker used such a list to determine their chances of success. There are 6 conditions that must be satisfied in order for wisdom or mastery of oneself to be achieved. Whereas I could have just used the word mastery alone, I added self to the word mastery to distinguish it from other mastery, other involving activities outside of oneself, such as the use of material technology. The 6 criteria are not necessary to gain technical expertise in learning how, for example, to run a machine. I learned about them in my 20s. As a Western-raised person, I found this and other traditional wisdoms to provide me with a vital reference in my body and life that connected me with traditional Chinese culture. These general principles actually apply to any sincere higher learning effort. They become really important at higher levels of personal development where, according to tradition, the risk of failure is highest. I provided them for you in both English and Chinese in the description box below, and I've numbered them for convenience. Let's just first quickly review the list. Then we'll look at each more in depth after that. Number 1. Shi is a teacher. You need a teacher. Number 2, Fa, you need a method. Number 3, Lü, you need a companion. Number 4, Cai, you need talent. Number 5, Kang, you need health. And finally, number 6, you need Cai, which is wealth. Now, as part of our preparation for advanced Yang Tai Chi corrections training, let's revisit the 6 criteria here as a way to illustrate for you how they are used to catalyze growth and progress. Specifically with regards to how they can assist your training in this program, I think they may help you understand how the group training I'm proposing and hoping you will sign on to remarkably differs from the training engaged in by the presiding Yang lineage holders and descendants. How their traditional dynamic differs from ours is illustrated in this analysis of the power we carry in this inquiry. Let's first identify 2 main categories of people. That is, 2 main training groups. They may seem pretty obvious, but it's really good to exercise rigor in conducting this analysis. The first group are those who are locked into the old master-disciple relationship. And the second group are those who are not locked into the old master-disciple relationship. Now let's review the list again from the experiential standpoint of the first group, that is, those who are locked into the old master-disciple relationship. As I just stated, these people include the Yang-style Taiji lineage holders and their descendants and avid followers. Number 1, Shi, teacher. This implies a lineage holder, the importance of which was illustrated in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon when Li Mubai asked Jen, 你的师父是谁? Who is your 师父? Because with that one piece of information, he would know pretty much everything he needed about the method, her effectiveness, and the politics he was getting into in fighting her. Number 2, fa, method, fang fa. It is assumed that the most perfected methodology comes part and parcel with great Orthodox traditions. So that if you have a great teacher, you've got a great lineage and tradition, and you have the best methods around. Number 3, Lü, companion. It comes from the Chinese term ban lü. The partner is a most vital component of learning. You need someone you can trust, you can stake your life on, to walk along the path with you for years and years, to keep company, to exchange thoughts and research ideas and methods, and to serve as a touchstone for each other. Number 4, cai, tian cai. Cai means talent. Usually it refers to natural gifts, for example, surrounding a specific skill. When a cloak and bowl teacher is looking for the next generation cloak and bowl disciple, cai, or just natural talent, is one of the most heavily things considered. It's a make or break type of requirement in the student. But what we see today oftentimes is that money can override talent and take the place of the cai. 5, kang, health. 健康 usually refers to physical health. That is, can an individual remain healthy throughout decades so that they can sustain their inquiry. Legends I've heard, for example, of a willing disciple meeting the master in the mountain crossroads, being invited to leave with them, but darn it, they cannot because they need to care for their sick parent down in the village. So it's not just their health, but the health of the people around them who they are responsible for. 6th, cai, fa cai, material wealth, means that you have the ability to afford to put time and energy into your training. Okay, so let's now switch over and analyze the 6 criteria and what they mean for those who are not locked into the traditional relationship dynamic. That is, people such as you, for whom this program is designed, where we accept all people at all levels and all conditions and interests. 1, Shi, the teacher. I'm the founder of this course. I met Yang Shouzhong. I'm the organizer, but my best label is that of a coach. Because in the collective group learning format, all members, including established teachers with their own students, are equally valuable in the information that they can share from their gathered experience. 2, fa, method. With recovery or perfection of the Yang Taiji as our goal and framework, we are no different from the first group. However, we are able to draw from auxiliary methods to supplement, and what you will learn about next in episode 9 is the other Chinese research that I came across. 3, Lü, Ban Lü, a companion. we're very clear here in that 3 people makes a school. 3 people, including you, constitutes the seed learning engram. You can do multiple things with this depending on your situation. The most important thing is that up front we are stating the conditions and what would optimally lead to your and everyone else's learning and growth. So we're not leaving it up to you as they would have in the old days. We're drawing from the best modern, ancient, east-west education paradigms. 4, 才, 天才, talent. We certainly take into regard your natural talent, but it really takes second place to viewing talent in terms of Taiji trend, but as an overall resourcefulness as a person. That is, if you discover that you may be weak or limited in a certain area, you know how to go out and to find help to supplement that. 5, Kang, health. As I said, this usually refers to physical health alone, but we differentially diagnose mental, emotional, and spiritual health as a holistic presentation of robustness and fitness. There's overall less stress when we know we are being supported and working together in community. And 6, 财, 发财, wealth. More people participating at a lower cost per person makes it much more affordable and fun and doesn't place the burden in every respect on just one or few persons. So let's look at the conclusions from this. The chief difference is in the traditional master-disciple relationship and dynamic. Self-reliance is the key, where one must provide all on their own. And because all the energy is committed to just raising one cloak and bowl or several, there's a great burden for success on both the part of the teacher and the follower. Compare this to our community model, where what's fostered is healthy interdependence between people. We can try and accomplish as much of this together, but at some point we also understand that naturally there's still what's called in Chinese, the proverb, 师父令进门, 修行在格人. The master leads you to the door, or the group leads you to the door. The rest is up to you. There's always that last phase, which is just you in relation to the system you are seeking to master. So in summary, there's no guarantee for success using either paradigm. But if in this program you find you are being provided with a big picture perspective on the system and process that would not otherwise be presented to you, if this program can help you imagine into the highest state of your integrative body, soul, mind, and spirit becoming and being in your Yang Taiji practice, then it might increase the chances of your success, and not only of you as a single person, but of many together. And how rewarding would that be? Maybe you can better understand from what I just shared the emphasis on you becoming a connoisseur of Yangshuo Zhong solo form and on learning correct habits as how to posturally respond, to learn the correct look and feel in attack and defense as the Yangs might do it, in pushing hands as the Yangs might do it, in all respects of the receiving and issuance of strength. None of the instruction will be random. I'm recommending that you first and foremost learn to think and move in the correct way, just like one learns to dance. It's the sole reason why the detailed descriptions of Yangshuo Zhong provided in these previous videos are so vital. He was the last generation of the original masters who lived and embodied the past. And even though you might consider yourself an average, mediocre practitioner, you are receiving elite level information and techniques. So it's really a new paradigm we're working with here. We should all consider that the bets are off regarding any traditional judgment that tells you not to even try. Most importantly, with new values and goals, which we'll be discussing in much greater magnitude and depth in the next episode 9. I would also like to encourage you to catalog in your journal how this training is affecting the beliefs, habits, and culture you first began your training with, and how this program is supporting you in innovating on your own new revolutionary ways of looking at and treating the ancient materials. Well, thanks once again for listening. Remember, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. This is Dr. Mike. I look forward to the next installment.